Hey everyone, how are you? Are you doing good? Seriously, are you? I really hope so. Um, we are going to do a hypnosis session on depression. Yes. Um, and obviously that's a very hard subject. It's a difficult subject. And it's a subject, as you know by now, one that I even struggle with. Um, you know, uh, and hypnosis has shown to be 85 to 95% effective. It depends on the person, but it's about a 90% range or so of effectiveness. And as you know, I had a hypnotherapist that I saw about 3 years, and I stopped seeing her 3 years ago because she retired at 75. She had over 40 years experience. She was a licensed social worker too. And she was all for medicine, you know. I don't like this dilemma that if you're into hypnosis, then by default you are against medicine, you know, and I mean, that's such BS. Medicine does work. I've seen it work. I've been in places where I have seen people who are very delusional. They might think they're the mother of God, or they might think they're Abraham Lincoln. And I'm not making this stuff up. And after a week or two of being on a good antipsychotic medicine, such as Zyprexa or Haldol or something, they come back to reality. I've seen some people literally so depressed they were catatonic, could not even get out of bed. And, well, antidepressants take about 4 to 6 weeks for their full effectiveness, but on week 2 they can at least dress and go to the bathroom and all that by themselves. I've seen acute manic patients. I mean, it looked like they were on speed. You know, that they would just talk one subject to another, blah, 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 you know. They could get aggressive if provoked, and so on, and, you know, they were put on their lithium or medicine, and a couple of weeks later, they were mellow. Now, medicine is not a be-all, end-all, and I believe if you're on medicine, you should also be in therapy, with maybe the exception of those with schizophrenia, maybe family therapy in that case. A lot of people were very helpful to me when I did my last video vlog. There's a couple that hurt me. A couple said, you know, get off the pills, stay off them. Some said get off the opiates because, you know, I had a severe painkiller problem, popping pain pills, Percocets, you know, morphine, whatever. And I've been clean for 3 years, so I don't know where that came from. But I'm going to show you the medicines I do take, and you're going to look at these and you'll be like, wow, that's a lot. But A few of those medicines are only to be taken if I have the symptoms. They call it a PRN. You only take it if you need it. That's what they look like as a whole. Okay. And I will go through them. This is Flovent. It's a 220 dose. Take 2 puffs in the morning and at night. This is to prevent asthma. This is albuterol or Ventolin, 1 to 2 puffs every 6 hours for wheeziness or shortness of breath. This is Aprizo extended release. You take 4 tablets by mouth 4 times a day. It's for like ulcerative colitis and IBS and stuff. This is Suboxone. And this here is what helps keep me clean. In their films, you take 1 film and you let it dissolve under your tongue twice a day. It used to be 3 times a day, but I'm getting weaned off it. I've been on it about 2 years, and it really does work. It's a good medication. It blocks opiates. So if I were to fall off the wagon and, let's say, take a bunch of Percocet, I would not feel it because this blocks that sensation. And it's safer than methadone. And when you take methadone, you have to go to the clinic daily. So, that helps. This is Omeprazole, 40 milligrams. Take 1 in the morning, and this is for chronic heartburn. It's just another name for Prilosec. This is gabapentin or Neurontin. It's used mostly for like seizures or nerve pain, like neuropathy. But it can be used also to help sleep or anxiety. For me, it's used for a mood stabilizer. Lithium has always worked, but it causes really dry mouth, and I have trouble with that. This is vitamin D. This I only take once a week. Okay. This is Lamotil. It helps diarrhea symptoms. That you only take if you need it. Again, Metformin. You take 1 pill at night. This is for my sugar diabetes, which is I've only had the diagnosis about 4 months or so. And I also have a blood testing kit. This is Zofran. It's usually used in cancer patients, but it's used for extreme nausea. Again, you only take this one if you need it. This is lorazepam, okay, and or Ativan. It's in the same class as like Xanax or Valium or whatever. This is to take as needed for anger, rage, hostility, or acute panic attacks that come on quickly. Again, this is a take as needed. Now, this is clonazepam or Klonopin. I take 1 milligram in the morning and 2 milligrams at night. It can be used for seizures, for those who are manic, and it's mostly used for anxiety disorders like panic attack disorder, because this will stop a panic attack pretty well. Okay. This is paroxetine. I'm going to admit, antidepressants I don't find to be effective. Like, when you first take them or when you first get off of them, you do feel an effect. But, you know, I cannot take this. You know, I cannot be on it, like a month from now, and I wouldn't feel a difference. But it does help a lot of people. You see, with me, I have been on quite a few different antidepressants and mood stabilizers. What happens is, after a while, they will stop working, and they have to change it to a different one, which might work for a few months or a year or two if I'm lucky, or maybe not at all. This here is Zolpidem, or it's also called Ambien. And I take 20 milligrams at night right before I'm going to sleep, when I know I'm going to go to sleep. Ambien, it's good for sleep. And this is Clonidine or Catapress, and I take 1 at bedtime. This is a 0.3 milligrams, and I take a 0.1 milligram in the morning. This is for my high blood pressure. So, there's at least 4 of those I only take if I need it, and about half of those are for medical reasons. And I hate, just because it's something for an emotional or a mental disorder, it doesn't deserve the attention of medication. That's just plain ignorance, and it's discrimination. I mean, I don't have to tell a lot of you, but, hey, emotional pain is just as bad as physical pain. Okay, I did want to get that out of the way. Sorry if that was a bit long, but I felt I had a good reason to talk about that and let you know exactly what I take and so on. What I want you to do, I do want you to, if this is your first time going into hypnosis, I want you to go to the link down below. Keep reading. Always read the descriptions of my videos. There you'll find links to join a fan club if you want, or to hit me up on Facebook. But, you know, with hypnosis, it works. You have to be open to it. You do not force yourself into hypnosis, because it's like when you try to go to sleep, it just won't happen. You have to allow yourself that experience. And if you really want it, you can have it. That's the great thing. It's what you really want, what you truly desire. Alright. And yes, that video about the first time going into hypnosis it's about 35 minutes long, but it's worth it. Shows you how to view a hypnosis session and how to get the most out of one and so on. And this is depression, and though I have done others for depression, this is the best one, or one of the better ones, because you can use the ultra height model of hypnosis, or the ultra depth, because there you ask for what you want, and that can be anything. So take in a nice deep breath. Make sure everything's shut off, all noise items and so on. Okay? Alright, nothing to disturb you. Alright, taking a nice big deep breath. And as you breathe it out, let your eyes close. You're doing a good job. Now, do not open your eyes until I have you open them. And if at any time an emergency should arise, though you'll be going very deep into trance, you'll be able to handle that emergency with 100% effectiveness. Always remember that. Even if I don't say that, that is permanently stuck in your memory whenever doing hypnosis with me. I want you to just pay attention to your eyes, your eye muscles, and your eyelids. Relax them so much that you could not open them even if you wanted to. They are just too relaxed to open. Now, only you can put that level of relaxation in your eyes and eyelids. So go ahead and put that relaxation there. Excellent. And in a minute, I'm going to have you just give your eyes a test. And when you do that, you'll just kind of give your eyelids a nudge. And if you're doing everything right, your eyes will just stay shut. So go ahead and test your eyelids. Stop testing. Very good. You have a very good level of relaxation. Now take that relaxation, let it drift all over your head, down your back, legs, all the way into the tips of your toes. Let that relaxation go. All over your body. Excellent. That feels so good. All right. And in a moment, and only when I say open now, the next time I say that, you will open your eyes, and then when I say shut your eyes, you will shut your eyes. And each and every time you do that, you'll find yourself sinking more and more into relaxation. Okay? And we're gonna do it now. Open your eyes and shut your eyes. And feel yourself going 10 times deeper. 10 times deeper than you felt previously. Excellent. You do that great. We're going to do that again, this time just going double to what you feel right now. Eyes open, eyes shut. And allow yourself to go twice as deep into that hypnosis, that feeling you love so well. Again, open your eyes and shut your eyes. and allow yourself to go double. Just really relaxing from head to toe. And just quickly now scan your body. And if there is any tension in your body from head to toe, just put a bit of relaxation into that area. And you'll find it will relax just fine. Excellent. Limp and loose, just like a handful of rubber bands. Now, we got yourself physically relaxed. We need mental relaxation, even more so than physical relaxation. And I am going to teach you a way in which you can become mentally relaxed very quickly. And this is how we do it. You count backwards from 100, adding the words deeply relaxed after each number. Here I will show you, and then I will let you know when you can start counting. So you would count in this manner: 100, deeply relaxed; 99, deeply relaxed. And your body will in turn listen to what you're saying and will in fact go more and more deeply relaxed. You have to want it to happen, and it will. And you will find that before the number 96 or at the number 96, all of the numbers will have completely relaxed out of your mind. So before or on 96, it'll be like you don't even care about the numbers. They just dissolve in your mind. And go ahead and start counting now. Deeply relaxed. That's right. And just let those numbers become unimportant. They don't matter no more. And see them just literally fade and get so small that by now they have completely dissolved in your mind. Excellent. You're doing so good. Loose and limp, nice and relaxed. Now, you are relaxed in such a deep physical and mental and emotional state. We're going to even go deeper than this. Even deeper. I am going to count backwards from 10 to 1. And with each number that I count, the more you go into physical and mental relaxation. It doubles with each number. It's a synergistic thing. It's a thing that just happened. 10, 9, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And this is exactly where we want to be. Now, as you continue to relax, I want you to realize the harmful thing you have been doing to yourself. I want you to realize that you have attached an undesirable label on yourself. You stuck it on yourself just like you'd stick a label on a bottle, and the label that you've placed on yourself is the label of depressed. You've been calling yourself depressed. You've been allowing, myself too, yourself to be depressed. And you realize that every time you said the word depressed to yourself or to another, you increased the belief that you are truly depressed. For, you see, we fail to sometimes realize that people tend to believe what they say about themselves. In other words, you are basically what you believe yourself to be. Now, that's a real simple concept. I want you to see it. It's a real simple concept. For you understand that an American acts like an American, or whatever heritage, because he believes himself to be an American. If you really thought of yourself as belonging to any other nationality, then you would act like that, because we all are what we believe ourselves to be. And those of us who believe ourselves to be doctors, we act like doctors. Just like lawyers act like lawyers. So every once in a while, you have people like yourself placing labels on themselves. They place labels on themselves just like you've done in the past. In the past, you've labeled yourself depressed. Now you're going to tear off that label of depression and you're going to replace it. Now you're going to label yourself happy. That's right. Happy, happy. And you know what? We tend to live up to the labels that we place on ourselves. For you realize that the truth of the matter is that all your actions carry you toward the image that you hold of yourself in your subconscious mind. And right now, you hold a good image of yourself. See yourself proud. See yourself with new confidence in yourself. See yourself happy for a change. You want to label yourself full of happiness. You want to label yourself joyful. And you're going to label yourself happy. And you know that you are no longer going to let depression overcome you. You know that you are no longer going to let sadness fill your heart, because there are times when you can and do have the joy of good fellowship with yourself. and people with whom you love, if you allow it. And just think about that. Now, I want you to realize the harmful thing that you've done to yourself in the past. For you see, in the past, you have accepted the label of depression. Maybe you were told by someone in high authority, like a doctor, and you began to believe it. In fact, you even said to yourself, I just can't overcome my sadness. You've said it to yourself, I just feel completely inadequate in trying to remain happy and joyful. I have difficulty in looking at the bright side of things. Now, I'm telling you that this is serious because it doesn't take long to believe it. Once you start the thought in motion, and you know once you've given yourself the suggestion that you can't get out of your depression, once you've given yourself the suggestion that you have to feel sad and empty, once you start thinking that your confidence is slipping, once you begin to think your ability to resist becoming depressed is slipping, it is just a step away from thinking, I wonder if I'm really worthy of being successful at anything. You see, it's just a step away from thinking, I'm just not worthy enough to have anything good happen to me. Now, do you see how subtle that is? Now, you're going to refuse to allow your subconscious mind to play tricks on you. In fact, you're going to hold on to that label of happiness. You are going to hold on to that label of joy. You are going to hold on. Yes, you can have multiple labels. You are going to hold on to that label of brightness. You are going to hold on to that label of success, for you realize that the truth of the matter is that most people who fail are failures because they have labeled themselves failures. They have convinced themselves that they are failures. And get this, they're merely acting out the label of failure that they themselves have placed on themselves. They're merely acting out the label of depression that they themselves placed on themselves. So right now, you are going to accept the suggestion that you will develop the habit of being happy. You will let yourself look for the silver lining, so to speak. Look for the good in everything that happens to you. And let that go into the deepest recesses of your subconscious mind. So you are going to rip off that label of depression that you have placed on yourself. You are going to rip off that label of sadness that you have placed on yourself in the past. So in your mind's eye, right now, as you hear the sound of my voice, I want you to let that label be seen in your imagination. I want you to imagine yourself with the label depression. I want you to imagine yourself with the label depression on you right now. Imagine it. And I want you to reach up in your mind's eye and tear that label off completely. Tear it off right now. You don't need it anymore. In fact, you never did need that label of depression. And if you ever thought that you did need that label of depression, right now you realize that the need to have that label has outlived its usefulness. You realized it hasn't helped you at all in the past. It's only been holding you back. In fact, you realize you're the one who's being punished by keeping yourself in depression. You're the one that is being punished by keeping yourself in sadness. In fact, you realize that your depression only causes you to perform inadequately. So you refuse to identify any longer in any way with depression or sadness, even if you feel completely empty of the ability to be happy. Label yourself full of the ability right now anyway, and begin to fill yourself with determination to be happy. Fill yourself with the will to succeed. And you're going to succeed every day in every way. You'll allow yourself to become more disciplined. You are what you believe yourself to be. And what you think in secret, you realize comes to pass. And since the picture of yourself determines your behavior, you must have confidence in your ability to get along without depression and sadness. Now, you set a goal for yourself. You've set a goal for yourself, and that goal is to be happy in every situation. And listen to me now. If you don't pursue that goal, if you don't pursue the goal to be happy, you realize you'll fall prey to the thought, I'm not worthy of succeeding at anything. Then self-pity will set in, and more fear of failure sets in. Now do you see how destructive all this is? Do you? Think about that. Do you see how it all starts? Now listen to me. Your determination to be happy is the promise you've given yourself. Your determination to be happy is the promise you have given to yourself. And allow yourself to accept that promise as the absolute truth to you. Allow yourself to realize that these aren't just some nice sounding words that you are hearing me speak. This isn't some dream. These aren't just some cliches that I'm giving you. It's a fact. Believe me. Say it to yourself. Say it to yourself right now. My determination to be happy with myself can never be changed. Say it to yourself. My determination to be happy within myself can never, never, ever, ever be changed. Say that. Now, I'm going to give you a moment of silence, and during this moment of silence, you're going to contemplate any other label that you placed on yourself that should not be there, and you know what they are. And during this moment of silence, I want you to see those labels on your body, and you are going to replace those labels with good labels that you glue permanently on yourself. Labels like confidence, labels of self-assurance, even a label of self-reliance, a label of determination to succeed. You are going to let yourself be relaxed as the moment of silence begins now. And now, all of those labels, negative labels that you've taken off, they'll be off forever. And all those labels you've put on yourself with permanent glue will forever be in you. And it will be locked away now in your subconscious mind forever and ever and ever. And just taking a nice, good breath in through your nose, out through your nose. And now I'm going to emerge you on the count of 5, and on 5 and 5 only will you open your eyes. And with each number that I count, you become more fully aware of where you are and just happy with all the changes that you have made. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. No. 3, stretching out, taking in a nice big deep breath. 4, feeling so good and getting ready to open your eyes when I snap my fingers on the count of 5. Eyes open, fully alert and emerged. How are you feeling? Good? Excellent. I know this recording, this session would be good for you. I just knew it would be. And it's good to get back into the hypnosis. As far as my site, it's not up, and that's www.eddini.com. So www.eddini.com. That won't be up this month. I had a few emergencies to take care of. Also, you know, I'm so grateful for your friendships and your love and support. And that's all I really want or need from you. But for those who feel that they can donate in other ways, you can. My PayPal email, it's the same as my Yahoo. I think you'll see it in the description, but it's Eddini, EDDINI _ 81976 at yahoo.com. And I thank you all, and I love you all, and you all know that. God bless. Peace.